Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is day 4 of our March 2022 release. And I have a fun slimline card to share with you today. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's brand new Easter Candies stamp set, along with their slimline die, their rainbow dies, their border dies too, and the Blessed Easter stamp set and outline dies that are brand new also. And this is a piece of Lemon Tart Paper Tray ink cardstock, cut at 8.5 by 7 1/8 and scored at 3 9/16 to give you the slimline card. And then I cut out this pattern paper from Doodlebug's Fairy Garden 12-inch paper line using the scallop die from the slimline dies from Jaded Blossom. And I'm using my ATG tape to tape it down in place. There we go. And I went ahead and I pre-stamped out all these little peeps onto Doodlebug's Rainbow Petite Prince gingham linen on the gingham side and VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And then I fussy cut them all out, and then I used my Memento Tuxedo black marker to edge around them. And you'll see that I did stamp out a sentiment onto that Aqua Sky cardstock. The blue cardstock that's cut out with the rectangle is from Paper Tray Ink's Aqua Sky cardstock. And the sentiment was stamped with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink and cut out with the outline dies that went with them. So I'm just sort of figuring out where everything's going. So you'll notice that I did a little cloud border. That was cut out of that same rectangle die. I cut it out in white, and then I used the border dies too, just the clouds, and I lined them up and cut the bottom off so you had a big line of clouds on the bottom. And I did cut some clouds using the rainbow die set from Jaded Blossom, and I'll use those also. So I'm just using that peep stamp. I'm just sort of figuring out where these all are going to go. Just so it'll be like I'm kind of paper piecing the bunnies on. So they don't have to be perfect. I just don't want to smear everything because we'll be sticking them down using glue onto the little outlines anyway. And I just find it gives you a cleaner look when you're paper piecing onto a background. So there we go. And I will start sticking down all of these little bunnies using my art glitter glue because it's got a nice little tiny nozzle on it that I put on there. Now I'm using my reverse tweezers, and I'll grab each bunny, stick it onto its outline, and I'll weight them down with an acrylic block. There we go. I do get a little smear on this orange one. You'll notice that I wanted to go with like a rainbow of bunnies. So I'm doing the traditional rainbow colors in order. There we go. And I'm just going to stick them all down in order. I just think this was a super cute and easy card to create. I love the slimline dies from Jaded Blossom. And I think that the new Easter Candies grid style is adorable. And, you know, you could make a treat with it. I'm sure everyone's going to make a treat with it. But I really wanted to make a slimline card because I love this little peep. This little bunny peep. It just made me laugh. Look how cute he is. Just adorable. There we go. So sticking each one down. Aren't they cute? You just die. It's so cute. So just trimmed off the overhang there. And now I've got my little border of clouds. Those were cut out of, like I said, Paper Tray Ink white cardstock. And I'm going to stick it down to the front of the card, lining it up with that Aqua Sky background. There we go. And you'll notice it's not perfect because it's not a long enough die. So there is a little spot where it meets that isn't perfect, but that will be covered up with one of my cloud dies. There we are. See, that's where the little part is that it meets. So we'll want to cover that up. So I'm going to use my ATG tape, and we're going to apply it to the back of this Aqua Sky rectangle, and we'll line it up onto this pattern paper, this little pretty plaid. There we go. Aren't these bunnies adorable? I just love it. I love how the green one is kind of, you can't really see his face. He's just peeking up. So I decided to use the Happy Easter on the outside, and I'll use the other sentiment on the inside. It's just more room for it. So I'm going to put a cloud down first, and then I will pop up this Happy Easter with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I just found that it fit better. And I was planning on doing it opposite, having the Happy Easter to my peeps on the outside, then just Happy Easter on the inside, but I just reversed it. It's cute either way. I'm just going to trim up the edges just to sort of fill in so I can pop this up level. So this was, like I said, a super easy card design and a great use for those Candy Grid stamp set, the Easter one, the new set. I'm sure, like I said, there'll be some amazing design team stuff that comes out of this set. How cute is that? Now, all my die cutting today was done with my Gemini machine. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I usually say it every time, but you know, just in case I didn't. It's a great die cutting machine. I love that darn thing. It's awesome. And I don't have to crank a handle, because who wants to crank a handle? You know, are you a lazy crafter like me? I don't want to crank a handle. I just want to put it, I just want it to run it through by itself. There we are. And now I'm going to pop up the clouds and cover that little seam. It also adds a little bit more texture, right? You know, makes it a little bit more fluffy on the bottom, which is kind of fun. And there we go. Like, how cute is that? I just think this turned out so cute. Now on the inside, I'm going to put a strip. This is just a 1-inch strip of paper from that same Fairy Garden 12-inch paper pad. And I'm just using my grid mat underneath to line it up, just so I have a pretty rainbow striped background there. And then I'll put the Happy Easter to my peeps that I cut out there using the new stamp set and the outline die. And then I'll just score that, make sure, or flatten it out or refold it. And now I'm using my Secure White Jelly Roll pen in a number 10. That's my favorite. And I'm just going to put some highlights on these little peeps. You know, just make them pop. And really, I'm just doing it just to add a little bit of an accent, you know, like I said, to make it pop. I'm not really adding it for real highlights because, you know, obviously, look at the highlights are all over the place. They don't really follow a traditional light rule or anything. But how cute is that? I just think that these are adorable. As soon as I saw the stamp set, all I could think of was stamping those little guys on the gingham linen paper from Doodlebug. I couldn't help myself. It's all that I could think of. So now I'm pulling out my favorite, my Nouveau Crystal Drops in Simply White. And then I will sprinkle some on the background just to add some texture. But because I've already introduced white, I'm not really making it any more busy. So, you know, I'm just adding a little bit of texture and shine, which is fun. And then it's super easy to, like I said, make the cutest little slimline card. I don't know why. I tend to stick to A2 size cards. I don't know. It's like it's a habit. And every once in a while, I get a hankering to pull out Jaded Blossom Slimline dies and make a slimline card. It's so easy by using their dies. It's like just, you know, takes the thinking out of it, which is good for someone like me. Anyways, thanks so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog and get inspired. And the Jaded Blossom store. Remember, everything goes live on Friday. And thank you for watching as always. And we will see you soon in my next one. Bye, everyone.